Internet, Eric here. If you're currently following the channel or you know what I've been doing lately, uh, when I've actually been uploading stuff, I've been slowly going through the Underworld franchise and I've been having a blast discussing it. And soon I will be talking about the final chapter, Blood Wars, and we will end that franchise. But before I end that franchise, let's let's end another franchise of official releases. Let's go all the way back to summer camp, all the way back to sleepaway camp. Let's return to sleepaway camp. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I discuss plot spoilers, specific scenes, what have you. This came out in 2008. Basic plot of this is it's a fucking sleepaway camp movie, okay? People are dying. We're wondering who the killer is. We find out who the killer is. The end. Now, I have discussed the first three films in this. I didn't mind the first film. I do have a playlist. I didn't mind the first film. I prefer the more, I guess you would say, goofy, no pun intended, campy sequels with Pamela Springsteen over, what the fuck is her name? Felissa Rose. So I liked 2 and 3 better than the original one. This one here, Return to Sleepaway Camp, written and directed by the man who did the original film. Okay, I guess it's a supposed direct sequel to the original. Before David Gordon Green did all that Halloween stuff and what he's doing with The Exorcist, this is supposedly a direct sequel to the original one. Um, you can, I guess, put this still as part 4, even though there's no references to 2 and 3. Anyways, okay, let's get to it first. The acting. First off, I know this movie is going to be bad. When the movie literally starts when we meet a bunch of the boy campers trying to light their farts on fire. And they're successful. So that sadly sets the tone for this movie. Okay, now yes, I understand there are other movies in this series where, someone hides in a porta potty, someone gets a hair crimper up where, a female. So you can't take them 100% seriously, but when you start the movie with kids lighting their farts on fire, bad idea. All right, now let's get to the kids. They're all awful. There are only maybe 2 or 3 memorable, air quotes, memorable campers. We'll save the best for last. The only ones I remember, you have the stoner guy. Okay, I don't remember his name. It doesn't care. And he is there to be. He's not just a stoner. He is like the lame stoner stereotype. He reminded me of Beavis and Butthead because just the way he talks and the laughing and stuff. He is very unlikable. He is very stupid. He's a waste of a character, and he has a very lame death. You have other characters, or you have the bitchy characters. You have the mean characters. You have the bullies. This and that. All the tropes. But the problem is kind of like Friday the 13th, 2009, that remake. They're so unlikable. You want them dead within the first 15 minutes of this fucking movie. So the only other characters, I guess you would say, they do bring back one of the counselors from the first film. I remembered nothing about him, and he is just there to be there. They also bring back Angela's cousin, Ricky, I think. Is it Ricky? Anyways, the cousin that was sticking up for her in the first film, who I did like. They bring him back. The same actors, both him and the counselor. He's in it for like 5 minutes. Doesn't do anything. Um, I will get to the ending later. Like I said, there's going to be some spoilers because there's some homages to the original. But let's get to the main character. Okay, and like I said, there's going to be some super spoilers, and who fucking cares? The main character is this kid named Alan. Overweight, constantly picked on, and they make it seem like he's going to be the one doing all the killing. You know what I mean? He's picked on by this person because he's fat. He's picked on this person. His only friends are the frogs in the fucking woods, and one of the bullies kills the frogs. He's constantly pushed down, like literally pushed down, browbeaten, all this stuff. So they do a semi good job of making it look like this character Alan is going to be the killer. Like, you would believe this kid who's being tortured, picked on, is going to get revenge. You know what I mean? Um, the problem is, this kid is such a fucking asshole. You don't care that he's being picked on. You don't sympathize with this character. Let's bring up Halloween Ends, okay? I know a lot of people hate the Corey Cunningham character. I didn't hate him per se. But what I thought they did well in Halloween Ends is they showed how Corey could snap and go after certain characters in that film. You could sympathize or at least understand why he would do that. This Alan kid here is so unsympathetic, so annoying, such a rotten piece of crap. You don't care that he's getting picked on so much because this actor is horrible. He has this ongoing insult that whenever he tries to get back at somebody or tease somebody, he tells them that their ass stinks. Like it's listen, you could smell this kid through the television screen. And his insult to other people is that their ass stinks. Stupid. Now, there are other characters in this film. Alan, surprisingly, is not on the box. You know, there is, I think that's the cousin, okay? This is one of the bitchy girls. There's the killer. We have Isaac Hayes as the chef. We get it. He's South Park. He's the chef on South Park. He's literally called the chef. He's in the movie for maybe 4 minutes. Does jack shit. Doesn't even die. Then you have, what's his name? Is it Vinny Pastore? He was Big Pussy, right? Yeah. He is top billed. He was Big Pussy on The Sopranos. Awful actor in this. I've never seen The Sopranos. I'll get around to it eventually. I don't know. Maybe it's been overhyped by now for me, and I won't like it as much. Anyways, he is awful in this. He is like the head. I don't know if he's like the owner or whatever, but he's awful. He sucks. It's a payday. You can tell he doesn't want to be there, and his death is awful. We'll get to those deaths. So that's it. You know what I mean? All these characters are unlikable. All these characters are god awful, like Alan, or they're just throwaway characters. You know, hey, it's a surprise cameo for this person, surprise cameo for that person. Doesn't do anything. The deaths. The deaths are really, really fucking lame. Some very cartoonish. We'll bring up the stoner kid. The stoner kid gets so high in a scene. He passes out in the chair. And he is then the killer is now, he somehow siphons gas. I think it's out of one of the fucking vehicles. Siphons gas out and literally shoves the tube down the stoner kid's throat. And then after that, he pulls the tube out, all the gas is inside him, tapes the kid's mouth shut, and sticks a joint in his mouth, lights it, and then boom. So fucking dumb. And then when we see the after effect, it's so bad. We have another person that is trying to make out with, I don't know if she's just one of the counselors or just one of the random kids. These are adults. He ends up getting tied to a tree. And I don't know what type of wire it is, but like he thinks he's going to be making out with this girl. And he ends up getting castrated by having some type of string. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's wire, if it's twine, if it's piano wire, whatever it is, tied to his junk. And then the other end is tied to a fucking Jeep bumper. And, you know, the guy drives away like right out of Jackass. That's dumb. We do have an interesting homage to the pedophile type cook in the first movie. You know how he gets the boiling water dumped on him? That's a nice death. And this one he's not like a pedophile, but he's an asshole cook. Or is he? Because the main reason we see him being an asshole is because he's picking on Alan. Well, Alan is a fucking piece of shit. So, you know what? I understand why this guy is being mean to Alan, because Alan is just a little punk. Anyways, I don't know what's going on. I don't remember. But, like, Alan even threw a fucking knife at this guy. And he doesn't get kicked out of camp or nothing. He just, oh, you're in trouble. Go clean the garbage or some bullshit as punishment. Anyways, so stupid. The cook, somehow I think he's on a chair. and he's reaching for something above him, and he's got the pot of boiling water. You know what I mean? Like the original movie, pot of boiling water. And what happens is somehow the chair is like he's reaching above it. You know what I mean? Boiling water's here. He's reaching above it. The chair is somehow removed, I think. And I don't know if the killer is holding him up. I think the killer is maybe holding him up by his legs. It's so fucking dumb because it goes on for so long. You don't really care anymore by the time it happens. And he is like pushing himself, like he's holding himself above the boiling water, so he doesn't go down into it. Killer's like holding his legs or whatever. This scene goes on for like minutes and minutes and minutes, and it's really fucking bad. And then eventually, water, all that stuff. You have another girl who is, she's laying in a bunk bed, and then for some reason there's spikes coming through the above bunk, and it's just so fucking dumb. Okay, I already said I'm going to spoil the hell out of this movie, right? Spoilers, what have you. If you're still watching, it's your own fucking fault. There is a police officer that is investigating this crime, all these crimes that are happening, okay? You can tell right away that fucking police officer is not who they say they are. Shades, hat pulled down like this, big bulbous nose, and has one of those machines that, if you have like throat cancer or your voice box is taken out, or Kane from WWE, like this, you know what I mean? Ned from South Park. There's your Isaac Hayes fucking reference. There, like I said, big thick mustache like fucking Mario, shows up, is doing the investigation. Well, eventually, when we think it's Alan doing all this killing, we find out it's not Alan doing all the killing. We get the reveal. It's the fucking cop. We see the clothes being dropped, the makeup, the hats, all that stuff. And then guess who it is? We have the counselor and we have the cousin from the first movie recreating the end of the first movie. It's fucking Angela. Whoop-de-fucking-do. They got Felissa Rose to come back to be in the Return to Sleepaway Camp. Now, that was her under the makeup. Give her credit. You couldn't tell it was her. You knew it was probably going to be Angela. I didn't know Felissa was in this. If it said she was in the credits, I missed it. But what do we see from Felissa after she's back to being Angela? She stands there on screen, hisses and yells like the end of the first fucking movie when she shows it, who she really is. And that's it. That's the end of the movie. So you got Felissa to come back, have her underneath this horrible makeup. So it's not a murder mystery. And then when we see her all Angela'd out, she hisses and screams, and that's it. It's the end of the fucking movie. I hated this movie, if you couldn't tell. This is bad. And it's not so bad. Vinny Pastore. See, he's in a cage. There's like this ongoing thing. He's got like a bird or something, like his pet bird, whatever. There's rats put in his cage, and his face is eaten. And then when we see him again, his face is hardly eaten. It's fucking awful. I hated this movie. It is not good. It is not so bad it's good. I did not enjoy this at all. I'm sure there are people that like this trash. God bless you. More power to you. You be you. You love, you love what you love. I don't like this at all. So you can find it out there. This is a Blu-ray. I found it. You know what I mean? There are ways to watch this movie. I don't think it's on any streaming services. The DVD is long out of print. Super fucking expensive. I'm just going to say Google is your friend. If you've seen this and you like it, God bless you. I think it's garbage. It's worse than Scream 3, and if you know my opinion on Scream 3, that's saying something when it comes to sequels. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you for everyone who is watching my last Underworld Awakening video. It's like almost at 250 views. Thank you for that. I don't know why, but I appreciate it. If you've seen this movie, comment below. Tell me, am I wrong? Do you like this movie? If you do, like I said, that's great. Tell me why. Why do you like this movie? Why should we feel sorry for Alan? Why did the director from the first movie make this one if the first one is so loved? Anyways, if you hate it, tell me why. All this jazz. It's late. I'm fucking tired. Um, that took a lot out of me. Cheers.